Hey Keely, long time no see.
Hey Alejandra, long time no Salton sea.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you just said that. Oh my gosh.
Was waiting for that.
It brings me back to when we did that project in art and social justice back in college
Yeah,
with the Salton Sea.
got to bond over something that's like halfway between where we live.
Yeah, it's literally the midpoint from our hometowns. It's not the popular resort area that used to be called Bombay Beach, but it's still there. Which do you remember the back in the 1950s? It was actually a pretty popular resort area where a lot of families would go and enjoy their summer vacations, and they would like water ski and also even have yachts there. They were just living the life. To think that now it's so much different. It used to be a resort. Now it's a barren wasteland with so many pollutants, from pesticides that they use while irrigating to other chemicals like lead and zinc and
Yeah, and as the lake dries, that turns into wind that blows and spreads the pollutants around, which was my first experience with the Salton Sea. I didn't really know much about it before this, but one day there was just this huge wave of fog in the valley, and it all smelled like rotten eggs. And it was hydrogen sulfide that had blown over from the Salton Sea that sort of like jump started why I wanted to like look more into it and research what was going on over there, because I just hadn't heard about it before then. Alejandra and I decided to like work on this in class, and we saw how the pollutants were all causing asthma.
yeah, I learned that the areas nearby the Salton Sea are have higher rates of like people with asthma and cancer, and that with those preconditions has greatly affected people that have gotten COVID as well. And looking back at my childhood growing up in the Imperial Valley, I can really vouch for that because I do remember being in elementary, and a lot of my classmates and kids in general, a lot of them had asthma. And I also remember we had this like flag system of whether it was a good like air quality day or not. So it'd be something like we would have a green, a yellow, an orange, and a red flag. The green flag meant that it was a good air day. Everybody could be outside. If it was a yellow flag, it'd be something like the air quality wasn't that good, but not enough to like be like dangerous. If it was like an orange flag, it'd be like, okay, the air quality is a little bit more bad. Not enough for like people without asthma, but like people with asthma were greatly recommended to be indoors for the day. And if it was like a red flag, which I didn't see that often, it was mainly like orange flags, but I did see it maybe a couple of times growing up. A red flag pretty much meant the air quality was like at its worst level, and it was recommended for just everybody in general to stay indoors for the day. Not only does it affect asthma, but it also causes people to get a lot of allergies, and that
Oh
is
yeah.
something I have personally went through. Growing up, I would get a lot of allergies just going outside, smelling the dirt. I mean, I thought it was the dirt, but maybe it was the all of the dust coming from the
Hmm.
Salton Sea that would make me sneeze. It's not like the people hasn't wanted to do something about it. I mean, as you mentioned, like 18 years ago.
Yeah, in 2003, there was the Salton Sea Restoration Act, which promised to fix some of these issues. And like it started to, but it wasn't anywhere near rapid enough to keep up with how fast the lake was evaporating. And it's not like it's impossible to do things, it's just that it hasn't been prioritized and it hasn't been talked about enough, at least outside of the community. The issue needs to be taken seriously by Sacramento so some real help can happen.
Not only that, but they also need the pressure from the people, which I think could also be another reason why there's not much pressure, because I feel like a good chunk of the population here in the Coachella and Imperial Valley might not know much about the just how impactful the environmental harm the Salton Sea is creating on their livelihoods.
Yeah.
So as we're continuing our research, we just want to keep on spreading more information about the Salton Sea.
Hmm.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.